Hi, this is Mark Rabin. Welcome to episode 122 of Lean Blog Audio. Today's episode is from a blog post of mine from February 8th, 2016, where I shared 3 different posts that I wrote for our KaiNexus blog, and I'm going to read one of them here as today's episode. If you want to see a link to all 3 of those posts, you can go to leanblog.org/audio122. I invite you also to check out, in general, our blog at kainexus.com. And we do a podcast series there where we post webinars and some of our blog posts as podcast episodes, as I'm doing here. So I'd invite you to check that out. Again, you can find links at leanblog.org/audio122. So I wrote a post there titled, "Engaging Staff in Improvement is Actually the Toyota Way Too." Now, Lean is such a powerful and engaging method. I get really frustrated when I see people write things about Lean or Toyota that aren't true or are only half true. We saw a lot of this recently in the debate over a controversial New England Journal of Medicine article that equated, essentially, rushing doctors and pressuring them to work faster with Toyota and Lean. Well, that couldn't be further from the truth. In a Lean system, we work with physicians and with everybody in the system to identify ways to reduce waste and free up time for patient care. Instead of cutting corners or telling people how to do their work, as traditional management approaches might unfortunately encourage, Lean is a clear alternative where quality and respect are top priorities. I also recently saw a piece in Modern Healthcare that, while not critical of Lean, is inaccurate in that it shortchanges what Lean is about. There was a post, and I've linked to it, titled, "Try Google Way to Start Culture of Innovation in Healthcare." Now, the physician who wrote the piece is at Stanford, so I can understand the allure of tech companies, it's Silicon Valley, and using Google as a model. But in that article, Dr. Alistair Aronson wrote, quote, "Healthcare has sought guidance from the automotive industry to improve operations management through widespread adoption of the Toyota way. And this has heralded significant improvements in operational efficiency and quality of care. However, in seeking guidance for the development of a corporate culture that spurs continuous innovation, healthcare leaders should look no further than the technology industry, with Google as the tacit and de facto leader. Much in the same way the Toyota way has influenced healthcare operations and process improvement, the Google way could positively influence the healthcare culture." End of quote. Now, yes, Lean can help improve both efficiency and quality. At least he got that right, instead of incorrectly saying that Lean is only about efficiency or only productivity or only cost. But the error in Dr. Aronson's article is in not thinking that the Lean method and the Toyota production system are not also approaches for continuous improvement and innovation. We have many KaiNexus customers who demonstrate daily how creative and innovative they are with Lean and Kaizen methods. Now, we can probably learn something from Google, but we shouldn't miss or ignore what Toyota can teach us about innovation and improvement. Now, ironically, everything that Dr. Aronson says in his piece about Google can actually also be attributed to Toyota. And I'm not sure it can be attributed to Google, but I know for sure this can be attributed to Toyota. He wrote, quote, "Google engage and empower frontline employees. Indeed, frontline employees often notice inadequacies in daily operations, and they are the ones best equipped to develop and implement solutions for the problems they encounter." So I'll interject and say, well, again, that sounds like Toyota. He continues, "Google and comparable companies also foster a collaborative environment by implementing a flat organizational structure, where managers are seen more as resources and less as bosses. This encourages open communication among team members and promotes a collaborative approach to problem solving, in which individuals feel free to voice ideas, no matter how radical or non-traditional those ideas may seem." So I'm going to interject again and say, well, Toyota's not really a flat organizational structure. In fact, if you look in the shop floor, they have a team leader for roughly every eight team members, production workers. So they have a lot of team leaders and group leaders, but they're playing this role of kind of collaborative problem solver and coach and leader and facilitator. So not having a flat organization doesn't mean you have to be bureaucratic. That might be one difference between Google and Toyota. But this idea of everyone speaking up with their ideas, that's not just Google, that's Toyota. Now, back to what Dr. Aronson wrote, in this flat management structure, failures are not seen as errors that require punishment or remediation, but rather as necessary steps toward developing trailblazing ideas, end of quote. So again, that's all very true of Toyota. Now, I wish we didn't have so many publications that spread half-truths or falsehoods about lean. This happens a lot. As the late Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan famously said, everyone is entitled to his own opinion, but not to his own facts. I'd say the same is true when it comes to lean or Kaizen. But I would love to hear if you've got stories about using lean to engage staff in continuous improvement, or even things that you would consider innovative. Come to the blog post and comment. Again, you can go to leanblog.org/audio122, comment on my site, or comment on the KaiNexus blog. Either way, we'd love to hear your voice. Thanks for listening.